Finally, I'd like to share my biggest recommendations on how to prepare for these exams. This is by far my most important recommendation, so please, 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 as much as possible, study by doing problems. Many students fall into the trap of studying by watching videos, or reading the book, or reading my solutions. But please note that that is not an effective way to get good at solving circuits problems. You might remember my running analogy from before. Solving engineering problems and circuits problems is a lot like running. You can watch videos about running, read books, watch other people run, but at the end of the day, to get good at running, you need to go out and run yourself. And the same is true for circuits problems. If you want to get good at solving circuits problems, you need to study by solving problems yourself. So as much as possible, do problems. Go back through our lecture notes and solve our examples. Pretend it's the exam. See if you can comfortably solve our example problems as if you were taking an exam. Are you able to solve the problems within 10 to 15 minutes, smoothly, without any difficulty? Or do you find that you need to check your notes? Try putting yourself in the pretend exam situation with the problems we've covered. You can also use problems from our practice problem discussion and problems from our book. But practice as many problems as you can until you build that intuition and confidence in solving circuit problems. So as much as possible, please study by doing problems and take advantage of our recorded videos and guided examples to help you practice. So the approach I recommend you consider is going back through our blank lecture slides or blank handouts and try each problem on your own and pretend you are sitting in our exam. If you can complete those problems easily without checking your notes, then you probably know that topic well. If you find that you have difficulty with the problem, or you need to keep checking your notes or checking other references, then that's a topic that you're going to need to review further. If you need practice problems, consider looking at our practice problem discussion, past homeworks, and in our textbook for additional problems. And in many of our modules, I've linked to extra resources as well. Remember, you are also welcome to reach out via email, Discord, and help hours with any last-minute questions. I can tell you from past semesters, the biggest mistake I see with students and our exam 1 is relying too heavily on notes in the book rather than truly understanding the material. So please take the time to go back through our assignments and our lecture notes and the problems we've done together. Make sure you really understand these problems. And if there's something that doesn't make sense, please do reach out as soon as possible for clarification. My goal is to help everyone be successful on this exam. Here's a few other recommendations that I recommend you keep in mind as you are preparing for and completing our exam. First one is to draw pictures. Visualize the problem and make sure you keep track of what's going on. This is especially important with current directions and keeping things consistent. That also leads me to the next point. Never ever leave questions blank. Always put something down for each question. Show me your approach and show me what you were thinking about for that problem. If I can follow your thought process, and if I see where you made a mistake or where you got stuck, it's a lot easier for me to give you partial credit. But if you leave a problem blank, I can't give you any credit. So please, 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 put something down. Write Kirchhoff's laws. Apply the tools in our toolbox. Always make an attempt at every problem. Draw a picture and show me your thought process. Also, please be sure to use a practice exam and study guide to make sure you know what to expect. I'm really trying to be clear about what types of questions will be asked and what topics will be covered. Also, I am allowing the exam to be open book and open note, so have your notes and handouts organized. Make sure you can quickly access the toolbox equations that we have covered. And also make sure you have your calculator, pencils, and paper ready to go before you start. Also, please remember, if you get stuck, don't spend too long on a question. You can always move on to a different question and come back later. So be mindful of your time as you complete this exam.